Have you ever met Tucker?
We've talked a lot. If I ever meet him, he's the worst person.
Republican pearls are being clutched because Congressman Dan Crenshaw was caught on a hot mic after an interview giving his honest thoughts about Tucker Carlson. Now, I know everyone has about 12 reasons, but I wonder why he doesn't like Tucker.
The single most left-wing, truly left-wing member of Congress I've ever met personally is a Republican from this area who has no interest in the United States whatsoever and does not even pretend. I'm not going to name names. Oh, I think that's right. Yeah, it's Dan Crenshaw, the most liberal, most left-wing person I've ever met in the Congress. I'm just being serious. I mean, structurally, how does that happen?
The more I think about it, it takes a lot of gall for Eye Patch McCain to attack moms who are worried about baby formula as, quote, pro-Russia. I mean, that's one of the most outrageous things I think I've ever heard.
Throw on some cowboy boots and you buy a shotgun and go out there and take a picture shooting at some pheasants, and you learn how to speak the lingo a little bit, watch a little bit of Tucker Carlson. Now you know what to say, how to deceive exactly, and you find yourself in a position of power, kneecapping people on the right time after time after time.
So since conservatives don't have Democrats to fight with and blame for the disastrous things that Trump, Elon, and MAGA are doing to the country, they've pounced on this to both try to take out another very conservative Republican that isn't MAGA enough, and also to distract from their anti-American policies. One of the conservative mouthpieces highlighted the moment on X, which got Elon to call Crenshaw homicidal against Tucker. So Tucker joined in to say, "Why don't you come sit for an interview and we'll see how you do. I'll send you my address, Dan Crenshaw." And since Marjorie Taylor Greene has nothing else to do either, she took to the internet like a middle schooler to ask, "Did you threaten to kill my friend Tucker Carlson?" And after he laughed it off and denied it, some random MAGA lady, probably hoping for a Donald Trump endorsement, chimed in to say that it's another reason that she's challenging him in a primary. Yes, I know this is profiling a bunch of incompetent children that are fighting on Elon's app over a hot mic comment from a Trump-supporting congressman. But it really does drive home the obvious point that this party is just not equipped to govern responsibly, because they're full of unserious, power-hungry people that don't know what to do once they get it. So here's a couple of the abhorrent and anti-MAGA things that has Crenshaw on their list.
I guess their reasoning is they want Russia to win so badly that they want to oust the speaker over it. I mean, it's a strange position to take, and I think they want to be in the minority too. I think that's an obvious reality. I'm still trying to process all the bullshit. So the height of stupidity is having a strong opinion on something you know nothing about. I'm extremely disappointed in the very strange maneuvering by many on the right to torpedo a potential border reform bill. If we have a bill that, on net, significantly decreases illegal immigration, and we sabotage that, that is inconsistent with what we told our voters we would do. People will make up whatever reasons they want to. There's a number of them, I'm sure. But it would be a pretty unacceptable dereliction of your duty.
In other words, because of the 2 or 3 occasions where he's right and speaks out on the destructive positions that the Republican Party takes, who he actually supports 99% of the time, he's a super rhino that can't be trusted.
And it's okay for us to fight out and work out our differences in the GOP conference. I oftentimes argue with someone you might know named Dan Crenshaw. Yeah, I'm kind of against red flag gun laws, I am. I'm also against FEMA being used for COVID testing like he was talking about to help Biden's agenda out. I'm also against FEMA going in and helping in hospitals. I want the hospitals to rehire the unvaccinated healthcare workers. And I sure do not like people calling themselves a conservative, but when all they really are is a performance artist themselves. I like real conservatives, the ones that don't say it, but they actually do it.
Some of these political ads that we see out there, they look so cartoonish. Like all of them.
You mean like Crenshaw?
I mean, I wasn't talking about Crenshaw. I was talking about just like these ones where they they jump out of helicopters and they shoot
like
machine
Crenshaw.
guns.
Like Crenshaw.
And you watch the whole thing, and you're like, I don't know a single person they would vote for or against.
This was all during Biden's time in the White House and in campaign season. And these politicians were acting like 13-year-olds, gossiping about the kid that they don't like. But they still found themselves in power despite the cheesy ads.
The American story is one of true exceptionalism. It's built on the greatest ideas in history. This victory tonight, it's about you. It's about defining those. Sorry, folks. I'll be right back.
What do we got? Well, it's not over in Georgia. Senate races went to a runoff.
What are we up against?
You'll never believe this.
Far-left activists are attempting to gain full and total control of the U.S. government.
What's our situation on the ground?
We have two patriots down there, Senator Loeffler and Senator Perdue. Great fighters with a great message.
They just need a little backup.
Last question. What do you want to bring?
Bring everyone.
Okay, so they were right about the corny ad where Crenshaw jumped out of an airplane to go attack some far-left activists. But again, none of this beefing is real when it comes to their shared objectives to divide people while they allow their oligarchs to steal from us. Because arch enemies Marjorie Taylor Greene and Dan Crenshaw still joined together to introduce a bill to attack trans folks who pay taxes but apparently aren't allowed to be a part of American society. And let's keep it real. While Marjorie Taylor Greene talks about Crenshaw, it's not like she doesn't have ads where she blows shit up to cover for the fact that she has no idea how to legislate either.
I'm Marjorie Greene, and I approve this ad. America's the greatest country in the world. We need conservatives in Washington that will keep it that way. I'm running to stop gun control. Open borders. The Green New Deal. And socialism. Democrats fight for their socialist agenda every single day. I'll fight even harder to stop them. I'm Marjorie Greene, Republican for Congress. Save America, stop socialism.